But let's pray real quick. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to come to worship and praise your holy name. I thank you, Heavenly Father, as you lead and guide us in all truth. You said when 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, you'll be in the midst of them. We now invite you to see the present Holy Spirit. Father, I ask, Lord, to give us wisdom, understanding of your word today, to understand your position in the things that we celebrate throughout this nation. And I ask you, Father, just to give us, lead us and guide us all truth. We pray for the whole world. We pray for all the ministry who preach and teach the gospel of Jesus Christ today. Father, we pray, Lord, that all the ministries out there are going to be able to be led by you and give understanding concerning your word, concerning this particular day we call Easter. And we ask, Lord, to give us understanding about it, and let us always keep the main thing focused, which is about you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 This is what I wanted to get with you about. I was doing a lot of research, Bishop, and you know, we are entrenched with a lot of pagan influence.
Yes.
And I wanted to. I don't know. I didn't get to capture all of it, but I did wanted to maybe maybe even next Sunday, but just focus on try to capture some of what was the Passover that God has ordained, opposed to how we have incorporated, you know, pagan holidays and pagan rituals into Christianity. And one of the things you're going to see here, and I put it there, I put the dates of Passover too. Passover that started on the 19th and is going to end on the 27th. And I guess that's the actual Passover date, is the 27th itself. It said Passover, you see right here, I put down the definition and then how it was changed too. It said Passover is called Pesach. It's a major biblically derived Jewish holiday. Jews celebrate Passover as a commemoration of their liberation by God from slavery in ancient Egypt and their freedom as a nation under the leadership of Moses.
Oh, that's what they were doing last night.
Really? Reading it or?
I was up in Macon last night while I went out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. There's a synagogue right there on Spring Street downtown.
And they did a Passover meal?
They were having something last night.
Okay, okay.
We were trying to figure out why are they having something. No.
That was it.
Yeah,
They call it Seder, right? You heard it's a Seder. That's what. Yeah. They gonna, because
I participated in one of those.
I did a long time ago as well. They put the stuff that they use. They said that the reason why the bread was not right because they had to rush to leave. There was some bitter herbs and everything else that they call Seder something meal.
Seder.
But it commemorates the story of Exodus as described in the Hebrew Bible, especially in the book of Exodus, in which the Israelites were freed from slavery in Egypt. According to standard biblical chronology, this event would have taken place at about 1300 BCE. And then I put down here 1 Corinthians 5:7. It says, "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Christ, our Passover," they even call Christ is our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Therefore, let us keep the feast. And they're talking about the Passover feast.
Yeah.
Not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. So, my topic is resurrection of Jesus Christ. For what my favorite I'm saying, why not Passover or why Easter? I should put the question mark in there. But that's the thing about us as far as this particular holy week, and I guess month in the whole entirety, is why not Passover or why Easter? Why is Easter being so entrenched in our yearly worship? As I go forward, Bishop, because I put it in here that Constantine and the Council of Nicaea actually outlawed the Jewish feasts for Christianity, and wanted to use Easter as their term for celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ. But when you go through all in that video I have in here, I got a short video in there, it's going to talk about how how Easter came about, the rabbits, the bunnies, and all that other stuff. And basically, Constantine was trying to merge at that time all the political institutions. Hey, bro! I brought a topic in for I know you're gonna get involved with. Okay. I know. We were sitting there. We were talking about the subject is Resurrection Sunday, right? Or Resurrection of Christ. Excuse me. And why not Passover, or why Easter is used for this week, you know? And I think you're aware about the Council of Nicaea, where they came up and said, we're gonna outlaw. I mean, they actually outlawed the Jewish festivals.
Yes.
And they said we're gonna use Easter as the worship for the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And then I got some video here that talks about Easter, the background, the paganism of Easter in here. But you know, another thing Bishop was talking about with that Nimrod. Nimrod, you know, it's only mentioned a little bit in the Old Testament.
Very little about Nimrod.
And yet, apparently, there's a lot of historical history about Nimrod, the great hunter, the founder of Babylon.
Yeah.
That joker was bad.
A bad man.
That's it's like a little blurb in the Bible, but that joker, a lot of this stuff, to include even Esther and Easter, derived from that period.
Yes.
They said that man was creating an empire on earth, and he died in battle. So they
He thought they had a kingdom that ruled what is currently Babylon, didn't it?
yeah, it was huge kingdom, and this coming together and everything. This guy, I don't know how long they say he lived, but he did a lot. But the thing they said, one of them is not in I don't know if it's in this video I got here, Chris, but one of the things saying is that when he died in battle, he was so those who revered him, they didn't like him, so they cut him in pieces.
Yes.
And they scattered him all over the place. And then they put him back together, his mother, which was his wife.
Which goes back to the Horus myth. Yes.
That was his wife. His mother was his wife.
Yes.
And she put him back together. The only thing she couldn't find was his penis.
And that's why all these phallic symbols are all over the world.
Yeah, it's like coming all the way back.
Now you getting into stuff out.
we all. I mean, this stuff is entrenched throughout our whole culture.
Yes.
So I was studying this stuff.
Run that by me again. She did what now?
Well, you know, she put them back.
She put them all back
What
together.
I'm doing?
No, they quartered him. They quartered him, and they did more than quarter him. They cut him up in like 1 billion pieces. So his soul essence would never come back and get his body get put back together on earth. So they spread his body all over the world. She went back and found every piece except his penis.
And that's where you say even the one in the Washington D.C.
Yeah.
monument is the symbolic.
All these obelisks that's going up to be straight, they're all supposed to be
represent his penis.
representatives of his penis.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the top of the all eye, you know,
Yeah,
$1 dollar.
Yes, sir.
You know, the all seeing eye.
That's Horus's eye and all that stuff. We going back, yes.
Woo! And even talking about the fact that she says she claimed that since he couldn't come back to life, that he went up to the sun. So you had Son God, Son of God, Son
Sunday.
of, and Son. Yeah, Sunday too.
Yes.
Where that's also referenced in here, where God was rejecting the Jewish priests that were in the temple, and they were praying to the east, where the sun was rising. And he was showing one of the prophets, like, look what they're doing. They're doing something I told them not to do.
Yes.
You know, they're involved with pagan
idolatry.
Yeah. So this stuff has been there for a long time.
Lou, listen, we have been skewed away from this symbolically for a long time. So I study symbols. That's my little thing. I study colors, symbols. I want to know what it means if I see it. So that's how I know a lot about this stuff. All these little symbols that most of these major companies take got something to do with the horse. CBS, the eye.
That what it is?
Yes.
So it's entrenched.
The eye. So remember CBS's symbol?
Yeah.
It's the horse's eye.
Oh Lord.
Okay, remember America Online?
Uh-huh.
Was the triangle with a hole in it. The eye. Who will with Transamerica. Remember Transamerica, the insurance company? There was the pyramid. Delta's is a pyramid.
Delta's.
Yes. Get it?
It's all. I'm saying it's all entrenched in here.
Yes.
It's more entrenched, and it's just like it just continued to perpetuate.
Yes,
Put it covered up a little bit, but it's still there. I guess in the masonry and all that stuff.
Yes. Now back to your original question when you asked me about the Easter thing, why one versus the other. I'm gonna tell you my quick thought on it.
Yeah.
Cause I watched Ten Commandments again last night.
Okay,
I always have to watch Ten Commandments because I watched it when I was a little kid.
Right.
The story they don't want to get out there is to let some slaves go. Slavery is wrong.
Yeah.
You got to kill that.
Woo! Now that's a deep one. Now,
I'm done. That's it. I'm done. You got to kill that.
that was.
You got to kill that. Especially in America, you got to kill that.
Woo! Now, because that was saying we start off, let you know, Chris, that's the way we start off here.
Okay.
We talking about, first of all, the Passover, is I put the dates there. That's what the Passover dates are, 2019. So actually the 27th, next week is the actual Passover of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And then we talk about, I gave the definition when it's, when it started, like I said, the celebration of the Exodus story. And here, this one interesting too, because I put why not? Because in the Old Testament, the New Testament saints, the apostles and stuff, the early church, it shows right here in 1 Corinthians 5:7, purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Christ, look at this, even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. So he referred to Christ as Passover. Remember when he did the dinner, the Last Supper, in reference to Passover, right? And he said, therefore let us keep, look at this, and there said, let us keep the feast. Not with unleavened, not with old leaven, neither with leaven of malice or wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. But he wanted to keep that feast. So the early church was keeping the feast until Rome jumped in here, Constantine trying to do this political correct thing. Yes. That's what he was trying to do. It was like, he declared everybody a Christian. But it's just name only, basically, right? But the Roman church, the Eastern church, Christianity, was keeping the feasts, the Passover, because it's really not about the law, it's about the fact that this is a celebration of deliverance. Yes. And even Christ is a deliverer, right? It is from bondage, from the bondage of sin and everything else. So everything about Christianity is about deliverance. It's about salvation.
This goes back to what I said. So you can't push that message if you want to keep people in servitude.
Woo. Wow. Because in the Civil War thing, prior to the Civil War, they were skewing that to justify it.
Yes.
Deep. So we had a celebration every year
Mhm.
about deliverance from bondage, deliverance from slavery, and people are saying that we ain't the only people in this country
Yes,
that had
that's what I'm
slaves.
saying.
The world has slaves.
Yes. So
Liberation.
We can't do that.
It's
We can't do that.
because we want to keep people in bondage.
Because like you said, this is a global message.
This is a global message. Yeah, yeah. That is sudden, man. That's why I said it's so entrenched into it. And I was looking at the other one. I went over the institution of the Passover in Exodus. You know when God told them. But then I was gonna next time probably just try to use the other thing too, is just what their rituals were of Passover. But the big line we know is to kill that lamb. Exodus 12:43, and the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, "This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof." That was talking about saying it with Jesus, right? All the counts of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. So now it is saying, the first time it was saying like, don't let them foreign and all that stuff. But if a stranger, which is a foreigner, right, want to soldier there with thee and keep the Passover, meaning if he's going to go by my ordinance, he's good to go, right? Because he's basically saying if you go accept the really symbolic of what the Passover is about, is really talking about what his son will do, right? He said, let all his males be circumcised. This also go with the black Jews thing, you know, the black Israel, when it was like, you know, you only a Israelite could do this.
And it's funny that you said that because even in the Ten Commandments, when they did the movie, when they brought them out, they had some Nubians with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I mean,
Yes,
you know,
what?
the Nubians, they took some blacks with them. I was saying, you know, you sit back, and I'm gonna sit back and analyze this whole thing. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting back, you know, I watch a little key part and I see something. Okay, got that. And then, you know, my mind, what do black folks say? So, you know, you really don't look, you didn't look for it when you're a little kid. So I sat there and then right when you see something in the background, and right when they got everybody to go, he invited some, and like I said, they had about Charlton Heston, Moses,
Yeah.
let some in his house. And they painted the wall.
Yeah, the
And
girl.
the girl, when they were slaves,
Yeah.
they brought them in.
Yeah.
And they sat with them, and Passover happened. Then when they finally left, you know, they having the parade where everybody leaving out, and then one little kid go, "Oh look, the Nubians!" And they come down, you know, dancing with all their stuff on, and they got all left out.
Interesting, right? They
So-
did.
So is that the guy up there in
Yeah. What's that?
the Nuwabian that was up in
Yeah. Oh, I remember them.
New York?
York. Yeah.
Oh yeah, New York.
Yeah,
Making
his name was York.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
his
Yeah.
name was York.
Yeah. You're not part of this. You can't be part of this. And then somebody else, actually somebody put a debate in there that was also talking that in the Songs of Solomon there were some references. One of the women was very light, fair complexion. You know, so it's not based on color because
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
There are different colors in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but he said right here, he said so. Anyway, if and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and shall keep the Passover, the Lord let all his males be circumcised, and let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person, because that's really what they're trying to say, no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. That's why the spiritual circumcision as well as the physical circumcision. One law.
Well, it was an interesting thing,
What's that?
is that when you read the Old Testament, one of the things that has to happen is that the reason that text in Acts talks about Christ as being our Passover
Yes, sir.
is that everything in the Old Testament, the whole, from start to finish,
Mm-hmm.
is nothing more than symbology and signs that actually is pointing to Him.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole thing. So if you don't realize, and that's why Paul is on these people's cave. He's like, look, man. He said, look, Abraham received this promise from God while he was uncircumcised.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But what's your problem?
Mm.
He received the sign of circumcision as a sign of his faith.
Mm-hmm.
He had already believed, had already hooked up with God, was uncircumcised.
Yeah.
Whoa. So the circumcision is not anything in of itself. It is what circumcision points to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he gets out there and said the real circumcision is in the heart, in the spirit.
Mm. Yes, sir.
So you start looking at all this stuff is really pointing to Christ. So if you go back to Exodus chapter 12, at the beginning, where it first go down,
Uh-huh.
where you got the smear of the blood on the doorpost,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you look at the animal that has to be taken, all of those attributes of this animal are pictures of the quality of the life that Christ would have. Sin spotless, without blemish.
Right. What other animal? Another animal? Did you say some other?
So he
animal?
had to be grade A, top choice, inspected, physically flawless animal.
Woo. Mm. You want to see that?
Jesus comes along and lives a sinless life,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
which qualifies his blood for atonement. Because the blood, you couldn't offer the blood of any flawed, maimed, deformed,
Mm-hmm.
if it had any blemish on it.
Yes,
it
sir.
couldn't be offered.
Yeah. In Malachi, in the end chapter, that was the one that said it. Why you bring it? You take that to your, take it to the
Thank you, your priest.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Bring a sick animal. I'm bringing this sick one in.
So you get glimpses and shadows of Christ, man, all along.
Yeah.
And this is what they were supposed to understand. And this is why it was so confusing that when Christ actually came, that they couldn't recognize him.
Woo.
Like, man, this is the stuff. Your whole book is about him. Behold, your king cometh,
Yeah.
riding on a donkey.
Right.
Yeah, but he said he ain't gonna kill the Romans.
And I'm trying to say,
Romans ain't your enemy.
and I'm saying, and what we're talking about is that look how entrenched the other things have just took root and keep root.
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed to the pointing of remembrance of what Christ did.
Well, we were already into symbology, so it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard for.
Exactly.
Even the Jews had already adopted the symbol
They did.
and couldn't get the essence of it, so it doesn't take much to embrace the symbol. It takes a whole lot to embrace what the symbol represents.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
that we go back to, like you said, the symbol thing. It's easy to throw you off because I go back to the Sunday Cathedral, the stadium.
Yeah.
Everybody walking around with that Dallas Cowboy star on their car. You can get behind a symbol. It's easy.
Yeah.
It is always easy.
Yeah.
You get behind that Falcons up.
Yeah.
You
In the
get behind
60s.
it. Exactly. Here you go.
What's that?
Peace.
P.
Mm-hmm.
And then go kill somebody.
Right on.
Then go kill somebody.
Right there. Yeah.
Go get in a fight and beat somebody in country. And you run on to my feet.
Yeah.
The symbol is cool. But the reality of it,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Well, like I said, that's something. You see, we can get thrown off by a symbol
Easily.
very easily.
The
And,
symbol don't cost you nothing.
Exactly.
and then, like I said, because you know, the people, how many times, you know, I know it was a couple of years ago and so forth, we were trying to say Happy Resurrection Sunday. But the Easter one just it doesn't stick
Mm-hmm.
as much as Easter.
Because they know you got too many pagan rituals that you're celebrating and money being made off Easter now. You got to go study into what an Easter egg, where Easter egg comes from.
Did you? I got it in this thing.
Yes, start
Video.
go through all that.
Yeah.
That's why, and it all goes back to Nimrod and all those
Back to-
other,
yeah.
all those fertility gods.
Fertility gods, right?
Yes.
Because they were talking about even with his mother came back, says she claims she came from heaven or from the sun or something as a moon. I
It's
guess
the Horus, Osiris, and all them.
Yeah.
Them different moons.
She came in as an egg. So Esther comes out of an egg, and her son Tammuz, or what his name is, he loved rabbits, so they made
Yes.
rabbits came into the picture. He died by some wild
son is a
boar.
rabbit?
Huh? So she Esther came down as an egg. She says she came down as an egg, and then when her son,
Which Esther?
what's her name? I forgot her name. But Esther, lady, Esther is the lady, and she married Nimrod, which is her son. But that's not the son when Nimrod died, she claimed that he ascended up to heaven and now was the son,
Yes.
and he impregnated her through the ray of the sun.
Ra, the sun god. See, there's a lot of symbology in there.
The rock.
Keep going. Yeah.
And they created she had a son, Tammuz or something like that, right? Tammuz. And he loved rabbits, so that's why they wanted the rabbit came. That's how the rabbit came into the picture. And then he died of some wild boar, so they wanted for apparently I didn't know there was a ritual for the feast in Easter ham, because
Was the wild boy in there?
wild boar.
Yeah,
So
which
she
is
wanted-
why, like I said, and you eat ham. Like I said, you
Ham.
get it. Yeah, you eat ham. Like
Yeah.
I said, I can go with you now on this.
Woo.
I looked up a lot of this stuff.
So that's why they got the ham, they got the Easter, and then so therefore people sacrificing to the sun god their children.
Well, here's the thing I can't understand though. Here's what I don't understand. Even if you don't know all of that, let's just say you come from Mars
Yeah.
and got saved,
Right.
but you don't know all that.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at the time in which Jesus lived, none of that is mentioned.
No.
You never find Jesus talking about none of that.
Yes.
And you let you know it was referenced in the Old Testament. Some of that stuff. Nimrod is referenced in there, right? The Queen of Heaven, because that's her. Esther is also the Queen of Heaven. Is in there. Baal
Yeah.
is in there.
That's what people don't understand. Christianity was this little thing on the side, while all this other stuff was really going on.
It was going on, right?
Yeah, like I said,
It incorporated the Jewish stuff.
Well, you got the whole, you look at it in the world, you got the whole world being populated by Gentiles. And Israel, that's a very small
Very
group of
small.
people.
Exactly.
And
Like
it's
a
just
small
every
seed.
nation has a religion and worships something. And so if it is so if you buy into the fact that now anybody who is not connected to somebody who knows the real thing will worship something else. So the whole world is going to be populated with these.
Yeah.
yes, and it is.
Yeah, because you know what? Even Abraham was called to come out of that area.
Yes.
Because that's what Nimrod. That was all that stuff, Babylon
How
area.
you worship a cow? Hindu. How you worship a cow?
Yeah, make it sacred. Don't kill all the because we
Because,
say.
like I said, you will come back as something else based upon how you lived your life. And they, like I said, and the cow is just, that's the best thing to be, I guess.
Now, obviously, because the golden calf came up. Look, they took them out of Egypt,
It's
and
funny
the
how
first
you
thing they
brought it
made
up,
was a golden calf.
That's pretty interesting. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that's probably another one to look up as.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
this stuff is all entrenched into our society.
Yes.
You know, the rabbit. If you don't understand, that rabbit was a mean joker, right? That mean, and then the egg, the coloring of the egg, those really was sacrificed blood to paint on those eggs.
Yes.
The coloring It's really.
Color egg. Yeah. After
Piece of color with blood.
after they sacrificed the kids, they painted the eggs with blood.
And then they plant them out there in for to make the land more fertile.
Okay, now let's listen now. For the last 2 weeks, I've been having really just a marvelous time, man, because I've had a chance to actually get into not only working to really look at the essence of all of these things. And one of the mistakes that we fail to make, that we constantly make, is that our perception.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, we're sitting here in this room this morning, sun is shining, certain level of light is coming through the windows, and we see all this stuff around. We see cars going up and down the street. Our perception of life is really kind of jacked up.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What I mean is, all of that is happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that is not all there is to what is happening.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And somehow, it's like when you go and watch a movie, you see these actors playing a role. You can get caught up in thinking that this is what the actor actually does. That he is acting this character.
He's right.
He's not really that character.
Right.
When the movie is over, he goes back to the real thing. So behind the acting, there is a real person.
There's a real person.
We have gotten caught up in, we think the movie is a real thing.
Yeah.
And so this movie that's playing before our eyes, we think this is it.
Yes.
And God is saying, behind this movie is the real thing.
Right.
And so the Matrix become, in my mind, there will never be a movie as great as the Matrix.
I'm with you.
That there will never be a movie that depicts what is really happening to human beings that is greater than the Matrix.
Wow.
Because in the Matrix, you can get caught up in the movie and not realize these people are being groomed for destruction. And they are not fighting back. They're enjoying the preparation for them because they've been deceived into thinking that I'm actually experiencing this movie thing that's happening with me.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, because one guy actually wanted to go back. I was comfortable in my perception.
And I'm gonna sit right here and eat this fake steak that they gave me, and I'm going back to sleep to plug back in.
Yeah.
But what got me was his understanding when he said, look, if they could actually record what actually happened in your head when you're eating a steak, when you're actually eating one, when you're actually, if everything that transpired neurologically could be captured, and you were sitting home in your living room, and they plugged the signals and ran them back through your brain, would you actually believe that you were eating a steak?
Yes.
You sit in your living room,
Yes, you will.
in the dark, and they plug these signals in, they get away to feed these signals back to your head. Will you believe that you're actually eating the steak?
I think you do that, like I say, in a dream, right? You believe you're eating it.
Now here's the one. Now I'm gonna say yes, and then we tell you this one thing that they can do to you. I've seen this on like one of the TV shows, a science experiment. They sit there and they put a hood over the guy. And they put something down for him to eat and tell him it's steak. He bite it, he eat it. You just got the texture of steak. Oh, it's steak. Take the thing off, it's steak. They wait a little while, they'll give him something to clear his palate and all that. Then they pump the smell of a steak in there.
Okay.
Then they put something else, totally different. Same consistency, like you said, some tufo or something, put it down there, and he just eat it. He still think it's a steak.
The sense of
The
taste
smell,
bud,
but your smell, you know, your nose is the most powerful sense you got. And then and they said, yes, you can do it. You can mentally, you can fool somebody. It can happen, like you said, pump it in there.
So now you got to make a decision. When you're actually eating this thing, contrast with this situation where the real signal that actually occurred in your mind, fed in your head, in your living room, in the dark, which one of those is true? And it's amazing they deal with it. He said, is this real? He said, what's real?
Exactly.
What's real? Yeah.
How do you define real? How do you define truth?
Mm-hmm.
Truth is comprised of brain waves that are fed into your brain.
If you accept it as truth,
Mm-hmm.
Because the question I have the add to that is, why the sunrise service? When people know, why the sunrise service?
I completely agree with you. 'Cause, hey, you done went back to the essence. The sun god, Ra. You're there.
Let me ask you another person that really before the movement. Now, this is what Jesus said. Jesus said, as the sun, as Jonah was in the heart
He
of the
said
earth,
it, yeah.
3 days and 3 nights,
3 nights.
so shall the Son of Man be in the heart of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
How you get that from Friday to Sunday?
That's the other piece that came. They actually decreed that in the Council of Nicaea.
Yes.
And they decreed it. They
3 days.
decreed it.
And 3 nights is what Jesus said.
Yes.
So, according to the Jewish calendar, sundown, Friday, is the beginning of Saturday.
Can't get there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
It was Wednesday.
So if you go to any Jewish synagogue,
Uh-huh.
they thought that Friday night sunset, they cease everything right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sabbath has begun. So you got Friday night, Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he said 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah, he did.
I like you missing 3.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You only halfway. And so Good Friday?
They put all that stuff in there.
But that's all Catholic stuff. But
No, that-
But